Military airstrike hits bandit camps, kills scores in Zamfara state. Senate President says Nigeria must strengthen local capacities to achieve economic growth. Niger state government scales up number of grazing reserves on business. Kano state secures European Union. Japan grants to cushion effect of post-COVID-19 via UNDP. And on the international scene, Russia says no Middle East peace without solving Palestinian problem. Hello and welcome to Svtv News. I am Musa Joy Unyoza. The Defense Headquarters says the air component of Operation Hadarin Daji has eliminated several armed bandits and destroyed their logistics facilities in massive airstrikes conducted in Kuyambana Forest in Zamfara State. The Coordinator Defense Media Operations Major General John Eneche disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday in Abuja. General Eneche said the hit was a continuation of air interdiction missions being executed under subsidiary Operation Utandaji II to rid the northwest zone of armed bandits and other criminal elements. He explained that the location was designated for the attack after intelligence report and confirmatory intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions established that the cluster of huts and other structures at the edge of the forest were for bandits. According to him, the location was discovered as a hideout for notorious bandit leaders Sani Muchoko and Damina and some of their fighters. It has been observed that the steps taken by the state government and security agents to curtail insecurity have yielded positive impact. This is because the art of kidnapping, cattle rustling and banditry in the state is being minimized. This was made known by the State Commissioner of Police A.P. Usman Nagogo while addressing a news conference yesterday. The Commissioner said on 12 September 2020, the police, based on intelligence and credible information, got wind that certain individuals are holding a meeting with some leaders of repentant bandits with a view to entice them with monetary and other incentives in order to go back to the forest and continue to commit criminal activities. CP Usman Nagogo said no responsible security architecture will fold its arms and wait until a carnage is meted to the citizens of the state before they act. He explained that that was what necessitated the arrest of Alhaji Habu Muhammad and Tabawa and 17 others on that fateful day. Zamfara state government is determined to improve the well-being of the citizens of the state, hence the signing of the social protection policy by the present administration. This was disclosed by the Zamfara State Commissioner Budget Planning and Economic Development Alhaji Ibrahim Jibo Magayaki while declaring a meeting of the Zamfara Social Protection Platform, an NGO comprising media practitioners, CSOs and academia. Alhaji Magayaki said the Bello Mohammed Matoli-led administration believes in the provision of social protection support to the less privileged to make them have comfortable life. He said the state government is giving out 20,000 naira to 1,800 vulnerable women and 10,000 naira to 1,000 youth free every month in the state. Unknown gunmen on Monday stormed Ankara town in Faskari local government area of Katsina State, where they killed Alhaji Muktari Meyadi and abducted his son Usman at his residence. According to an eyewitness, the incident occurred at exactly 11 p.m. The deceased was laid to rest on Tuesday morning, according to Islamic rite, at his residence where hundreds of people attended a funeral. Meanwhile, in another incident in Katsina, some unknown gunmen also abducted 4 women, including an infant, when they attacked Ankara town, a Katsina community that shares boundary with Zamfara state. A source confirmed that at one time another set of gunmen abducted 3 women, including a nursing mother, in the town, which they are still in the hands of the gunmen. The Federal Executive Council has approved the transmission of a Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Agency Bill to the National Assembly to facilitate the establishment of an agency for recovered assets. The Attorney General, Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, stated this when he briefed State House correspondents on the outcome of the 15th virtual meeting of the Council, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja on Wednesday. He said the bill, when approved by NAS, would ensure the establishment of the agency, which would be saddled with the responsibility of managing all recovered assets across the country. The Nigerian Police Force wishes to inform the general public and applicants in the ongoing recruitment exercise that no date has been fixed for the aptitude test, which is the next phase in the recruitment process. This clarification has become necessary following the deluge of inquiries received by the force on the subject matter. Applicants should be rest assured that once the police high command fixes a date, it will be widely circulated. Applicants are equally advised to monitor the police website, social media handles, and the traditional media for further update. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has said for Nigeria to experience exponential growth in the economy, effort must be made to strengthen the country's local capacity, particularly against the backdrop of realities that are fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ahmed Lawan made this known on Wednesday at the virtual opening of the Nigerian Content Summit jointly organized by the Senate Committee on Local Content and House of Representatives Committees on Content Development and Monitoring. According to the Senate President, the summit, which is the first of its kind as a pre-public hearing stakeholders engagement, seeks to stimulate understanding on the short and long-term implications of relevant bills before the two houses. The rampant flooding across the country has attracted the attention of Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari, First Lady Federal Republic of Nigeria, as she directed officials of her Future Assured program to provide humanitarian relief to victims across the country. The first team has visited two communities, Kwaikwayu and Kafin Babushe, in Regime local government area of Jigawa State, which have been badly hit on Monday 15 September 2020. At both communities, most of the homes have been washed away, rendering hundreds of the occupants homeless and forcing them to relocate to a block of 5 classrooms in the village primary school. Head of the delegation, Mr. Hadi Uba, Special Advisor to the President on Administration, Office of the First Lady, who spoke on behalf of the First Lady during delivery of the items, expressed concern over the frequent flooding in the different parts of the country, noting the economic and emotional trauma associated with flooding, which leads to the loss of loved ones, property, and farmlands. Arrangements have been concluded by the Niger Delta government to scale up the number of grazing reserves in the state. This was disclosed by the Commissioner of Livestock and Fishery, Alhaji Haruna Nuhuduku, during a courtesy visit paid on the Emir of Lapai, Alhaji Umar III, to seek for his royal blessing and support for the state government to undergo a survey on the reserve situated in his domain. The Commissioner stated that arrangement has reached an advanced level to engaging a reputable company that will invest in reviving the grazing reserves that were established since early 1960s. According to him, the grazing reserves in Lapai, just as Bobi Grazing Reserve, that covers over 30,000 hectares of land, is designed to house schools, clinics, police outposts, roads, among other facilities, and most importantly, it will go a long way in addressing the perennial herders-farmers clashes, as well as provide a training ground for the teeming youth in the area of improved livestock and fishery production, thereby reducing unemployment among the youth. The chairman, Azman Air Services Limited, Dr. Abdulmunaf Yunusa, has been elected as chairman of Airlines Operators of Nigeria. The election took place at a meeting held at Muritala Mohammed Airport Domestic Wing on Wednesday. Solo's base report that Azman Air is a Kano, Nigeria-based domestic airline company established in 2010 by businessman Abdulmunaf Yunusa Sarina. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) on Wednesday issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government to resolve the recent hike in electricity tariff and the pump price of petrol or face civil unrest nationwide. This decision is part of the outcome of the Central Working Committee meeting, which held for several hours in Abuja. The NLC President Ayuba Waba, in a communique read to newsmen, said the ultimatum takes immediate effect. He warned that at the end of its expiration on September 28, it will mobilize its members nationwide for civil unrest across the country. Still to come your way is the business and the international, but before that, a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let me quickly take you to our business desk for the business update.
Welcome to Standard Voice Business Update. By way of cushioning the effects of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, Kano State has secured Japan and European Union grants targeted at specific individuals and small media enterprises, which could go a long way in supporting communities badly affected by the pandemic. Translated from the Office of the Special Advisor to Governor Gamdiji on Sustainable Development Goals, Habibu Yahaya Hotoro, who also happens to be the coordinating focal person of the Northwest Zonal SDGs Hub. The program could alleviate some fears of what people could face in post-COVID-19 period. A total sum of $1.1 million is allotted for the exercise. In a cash for work arrangement, a total number of 1,600 individuals will benefit, while 630 SMEs will also be part of the beneficiaries in the grant distribution process. And that has been on Standard Voice Business Update. I'm Agua Rita.
And on the international scene, Russia said on Thursday it would be a mistake to think lasting peace in the Middle East could be secured without resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Foreign Ministry statement came after Israel normalized relations with longtime foes Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates at the White House on Tuesday. Russia said it noted progress in the normalization of ties between Israel and several Arab countries, but said that the Palestinian problem remains acute. It said it would be a mistake to think that without finding a solution to Palestinian-Israel problem, it would be possible to secure lasting stabilization in the Middle East. Moscow urged regional and global players to ramp up coordinated effort to solve the issue. Russia is ready for such joint work, including in the framework of the diplomatic quartet of Middle East peace negotiators and in close coordination with the Arab League. U.S. President Donald Trump has said similar U.S. broker deals are closed between the Jewish state and several other nations, including Saudi Arabia. Bahrain and the UAE are the first Arab nations to establish relations with Israel since Egypt in 1979 and Jordan in 1994. Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas said Tuesday that only an Israeli withdrawal from its occupied territories could bring peace to the Middle East. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Military air strike hits bandit camps, kills calls in Zamfara State. Senate President says Nigeria must strengthen liquid capacities to achieve economic growth. Niger State government scales up number of grazing reserves on business. Kano State secures European Union. Japan grants to cushion effect of post-COVID-19 via UNDP. And on the international scene, Russia says no Middle East peace without solving Palestinian problem. That's the news on behalf of the production crew and Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Alhaji Ibrahim Garba. I still remain Musa Joy Onyoza. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.